The emergency alarm in Galactic Council headquarters sounded like a dying space whale having an existential crisis. Commander Vrix of the Zenthri Empire slammed his three-fingered hand against the console, his eye stalks twitching in irritation. "What now?" he growled, his voice carrying the exhaustion of someone who had seen far too many human-related incidents this rotation. Junior Officer Kleep, a nervous Fribian whose scales turned purple when stressed, looked up from his station. His scales were practically violet. "Sir, we have detected the phrase." Vrix felt his internal organs sink. "No. Please, by all the stars in the void, tell me you are joking." "I wish I was, sir." Kleep pulled up the audio recording, his claws trembling. "Sector 7, Mining Colony Delta 9. Human engineer named Marcus Webb." He said it. The recording crackled to life. A distinctly human voice, filled with that peculiar mixture of confidence and stupidity that only humans possessed, echoed through the command center. "Hold my beer. I got this." Every alien in the room froze. Someone dropped a data pad. It clattered against the floor like a death knell. "Raise threat level to maximum," Vrix said quietly, already reaching for the evacuation protocols. "Clear a 5-parsec radius. Get every ship out of that sector. Now." "Sir, that seems a bit extreme," protested Analyst Thrumbo, a Gakarian who still had not learned the hard way about human behavior. "It is just one human with a possibly faulty piece of mining equipment." Vrix turned to face him, all four of his eyes narrowing. "Thrumbo, how long have you been assigned to the Human Monitoring Division?" 2 weeks, sir." "That explains it." Vrix pulled up his holographic display, scrolling through incident reports. "Let me educate you. 3 months ago, human pilot named Jackson Torres said, 'Hold my beer,' before attempting to manually dock a cargo freighter during a solar flare. He succeeded. He also accidentally discovered a new form of faster-than-light travel that our scientists said was mathematically impossible." Kleep nodded enthusiastically, his scales shifting to a sickly green. "And 6 months before that, there was the incident with engineer Patricia Vance." "Oh gods, do not remind me," Vrix muttered. "What happened?" Thrumbo asked, his curiosity overcoming his skepticism. Kleep pulled up the file. "She said, 'Hold my beer,' before attempting to repair a damaged reactor core that was 30 seconds from exploding. Not only did she fix it, she also somehow improved its efficiency by 40% and taught herself advanced quantum mechanics in the process." "But surely," Thrumbo said, though his voice had lost some of its confidence, "these are isolated incidents?" Vrix laughed. It was not a pleasant sound. "Isolated? We have 1,700 documented cases of humans saying this phrase before doing something that should have killed them, destroyed a planet, or violated at least 6 laws of physics. The success rate is 98.3%. The other 1.7% somehow made things better by accident." The main view screen flickered to life, showing the mining colony. Marcus Webb stood in front of a massive drilling machine that had apparently decided to burrow in the wrong direction. Toward the colony's main power core. The drill was jammed, sparking, and making sounds that mining equipment definitely should not make. "There he goes," Kleep whispered, watching the human crack his knuckles. Every alien in the command center leaned forward, unable to look away despite their better judgment. Marcus approached the drill with the casual confidence of someone who either had a brilliant plan or no concept of mortality. Given that he was human, it was probably both. "Should we send a warning?" Thrumbo asked. "To who?" "Him. The humans?" Vrix shook his head. "Humans do not do warnings. They do not do safety protocols. They do not do common sense. They do solutions that make our scientists weep into their research notes." Marcus grabbed a wrench that looked far too small for the job, examined the drill for approximately 3 seconds, then climbed directly onto the malfunctioning machine. "He is going to die," Thrumbo stated. "Or," Vrix countered, he is going to do something so absurdly reckless that it somehow works perfectly and we will have to rewrite another section of the Standard Operating Procedures Manual. Again. The human wedged himself into a gap between two grinding gears, swung the wrench with what appeared to be zero regard for his own safety, and struck something deep within the mechanism. The drill shuddered. Sparked. Then made a sound like a satisfied purr. It smoothly retracted from the dangerous trajectory, rotated exactly 90 degrees, and began drilling in the correct direction. Not only that, but the readouts showed it was now operating at peak efficiency. Silence filled the command center. How? Thrumbo whispered. We stopped asking that question after the first 100 incidents, Vrix replied flatly. Marcus climbed down, dusted off his hands, and picked up what appeared to be his beverage container. He took a long drink, looked directly at the surveillance camera as if he knew they were watching, and gave a thumbs up. I hate this job, Vrix muttered. The situation, as it turned out, was far from over. Sir, Cleep squeaked, his scales now cycling through colors that did not exist in nature. We have another problem. Of course we do, Vrix said, already feeling the stress migraine forming in his primary brain stem. What fresh horror have the humans unleashed now? Marcus Webb is talking to other humans. On an open channel. The blood drained from Vrix's face. Well, the Zenthary equivalent of blood. It was more of a phosphorescent gel, but the point remained. How many other humans? 12, sir. All engineers. All on different stations across the sector. Thrumbo, who had gone very quiet after the drilling incident, spoke up. Why is that bad? Humans talk to each other all the time. Vrix pulled up the communication logs. Because, Thrumbo, they are not just talking. They are competing. The audio feed crackled to life again. Multiple human voices overlapped in a cacophony of terrible ideas and enthusiasm. Marcus, that was decent, but watch this, came a female voice. I can recalibrate our entire life support system while blindfolded. Please, another human scoffed. Last week I fixed a hull breach with duct tape and optimism. Duct tape, people. Amateurs, a third voice chimed in. I once rewired a navigation computer using parts from a coffee maker and a music player. We got home 2 days early. Vrix felt something inside him break. They are showing off. Humans are showing off to each other using catastrophically dangerous situations. Correction, sir, Cleep said, his voice barely above a whisper. They are now making bets. Evacuate the sector. Evacuate the entire quadrant. No, you know what? Just evacuate everyone. Send every ship we have. Sir, we cannot evacuate an entire quadrant because humans are being competitive. Watch me. Back at Mining Colony Delta 9, Marcus was grinning at his communicator. All right, Daniela, you think you are so clever? Our cooling system has been making weird noises for a week. Engineering said it would take 3 days to fix with proper shutdown procedures. And? Daniela's voice came through crystal clear, dripping with challenge. And I bet I can fix it in 20 minutes without shutting anything down. Every alarm in the Galactic Council command center went off simultaneously. It sounded like the universe itself was screaming. He cannot be serious, Thrumbo said, though by now even he sounded uncertain. Humans, Vrix said slowly, are always serious when they are being incredibly, impossibly, devastatingly stupid. Marcus was already walking toward the cooling system, that same terrifying confidence radiating from his posture. He passed several warning signs that were very clear about not approaching the system while operational. He ignored every single one. 10 credits says he dies, muttered a Javarian technician from across the command center. 20 says he succeeds and somehow makes it better, Cleep countered. 50 says he does both, Vrix added tiredly. Marcus opened the access panel to the cooling system. Superheated coolant vapor erupted outward. Any sane species would have retreated. Marcus leaned closer, squinting into the mechanical chaos. "Ah, there is your problem," he announced cheerfully. "The flux regulator is mounted backwards. How is he even alive right now?" Thrumbo demanded. Marcus reached into the inferno of mechanical death with his bare hands. Several aliens in the command center covered their eyes. Cleet made a sound like a deflating balloon. There was a loud clang. A hiss. Then blessed, terrifying silence. The cooling system purred to life, running smoother than it had in 5 years. The temperature readings actually improved. The efficiency jumped by 22%. Marcus withdrew his hands. They were completely fine. Not even singed. 16 minutes, he announced proudly. "Beat that, Daniela." "Oh, it is on," Daniela replied. "Hope you are ready to lose, because I am about to do something with our artificial gravity that is going to blow your mind." "Please no," Vrix whimpered. Over the next 3 hours, 12 human engineers proceeded to fix, improve, or completely revolutionize every malfunctioning system in their respective stations. They did it using methods that violated safety regulations, common sense, and occasionally physics itself. The success rate was 100%. By the time the competition ended, the sector had never run more efficiently. It also had never given Vrix more reasons to question his career choices. "Final score," Marcus announced. "I fixed 7 critical systems, improved efficiency across the board, and I still have half my beer left." The other humans groaned good-naturedly, conceding defeat. Vrix slumped in his command chair, utterly defeated. Update the threat assessment protocols. When humans say "hold my beer," we now evacuate first and ask questions later. "But sir," Thrumbo said, "they fixed everything. They made things better." "Exactly," Vrix replied. "And that terrifies me more than anything else. Because next time, they might fix something we did not even know was broken. And the universe is not ready for that." In the corner of the command center, Cleep quietly updated the human incident database. Entry number 1701. Outcome: catastrophic success again.